Do you understand what I'm saying? So sit up. I'm not acting as if somebody died. Nobody died. All right? Stand up. We're going to take this battle and we're going to win. Gentlemen, the court in its wisdom decided that because Nasir Rufai is a former governor, therefore he is going to interfere with investigation. Therefore, he's not entitled to bail in an allegation of financial impropriety. So we are grateful to his lordship for the learning that he has shown, but we respectfully disagree. So that's the end of it. There's not much more to say.
So what's the next step?
The next step is to take the legal steps required to challenge it.
When is the adjourned date?
It's been adjourned to the first week of June, day to day, to deal with whatever is in the file.
Do you perceive any political undertone on all this?
From the beginning, everything about Nasir Rufai's travels have always been political. This is merely the legal arm of it. We will deal with what comes. The file papers will reply. That's what the law requires us to do, and that's what the law says they should do. So their papers don't have politics written on top of their papers. They are legal papers. So we reply to them. That's all there is. There's nothing particularly difficult about that. So have a lovely day, gentlemen.
Malam El-Rufai's lawyer expressing his displeasure at what is happening to El-Rufai. The judge handling El-Rufai's case in Kaduna denied him bail today and postponed the bail hearing to first week of June. It is a huge injustice. Remember that the amount of money they accuse El-Rufai of misappropriating is not even up to 5 billion naira. Compare that to the amount of money Yahaya Bello, the former governor of Kogi State, was accused of misappropriating, a whopping 80 billion naira. But he has been granted bail long ago. He is now moving around freely, campaigning under the APC. But El-Rufai, because he's opposing Tinubu, because he's now in ADC, they've been detaining him unjustly for many months now.
Get the drama for us, please.
It's very unfortunate that a judge is allowing himself to be used to settle political scores. This is not democracy. This is dictatorship. You don't win in a democracy by intimidating others. You win by doing all the right things. You win by upholding the tenets of democracy. They desperately want to remove El-Rufai from the political scene. Detaining him all this time will make sure that he doesn't campaign, he doesn't partake in whatever goes on in ADC, all the primaries that will be held, whether it is consensus or direct primaries. El-Rufai will not have a say simply because a judge allowed himself to be used to settle political scores. Anyway, let's listen to the press conference held by ADC youth leaders condemning the lawfare on not just El-Rufai but also former Attorney General Malame. Let's take a listen.
The press, fellow Nigerians and defenders of our hard-earned democracy. At the precious crossroads where the pillars of our republic, justice, the rule of law, and the sanctity of ballots are being systematically dismantled by an administration more interested in consolidating power than in governing with integrity. Today, I speak not just as a concerned citizen, but as a voice for the millions who see the shadows of tyranny lingering over our nation. On the political witch hunt of Abubakar Malami San and Malam Nasir El-Rufai. For months, we have witnessed a coordinated state-sponsored assault on the former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, and Malam Nasir El-Rufai witch hunting. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, colleagues, and fellow Nigerians, thank you for joining us today. We are gathered here not merely to discuss politics, but to confront a pressing issue that threatens the very foundation of our democracy: the misuse of state institutions for political witch hunting. In recent years, we have witnessed a troubling pattern. The ruling party, the APC, has consistently deployed investigations and allegations not as instruments of justice, but as weapons of intimidation. This practice undermines the credibility of our institutions and erodes public trust in governance. Let me emphasize, witch hunting is not about accountability. It is about silencing dissent, pushing defectors and creating fear. It is about turning the machinery of justice into a political tool. Abubakar Malami, former Attorney General. Despite serving under the APC, Malami became entangled in selective probes once political interest shifted. His case illustrates that loyalty offers no protection when political expediency demands otherwise. Malam Nasiru Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State. After leaving the APC for the ADC, Malam Nasiru Rufai faced relentless investigations and threats of arrest. He himself has spoken of persecution, describing these actions as politically initiated attempts to silence his voice. His experience serves as a warning to all who dare to stand against the ruling party. Broader implications. This culture of witch hunting has grave consequences. It undermines the independence of our institutions. It deepens political divisions and weakens national unity. It sends a dangerous message that power is valued above justice and loyalty above truth. Such practices cannot be allowed to define our democracy. Call to action. As we approach the 2027 elections, we must demonstrate better. Nigerians deserve institutions that are impartial. As we approach the 2027 elections, we must demand better. Nigerians deserve institutions that are impartial, justice that is fair, and governance that respects dissent. Civil society, the media, international observers, and most importantly, the voters must reject this culture of persecution. We must insist on transparency. We must insist on accountability. And we must insist that democracy in Nigeria serves all citizens, not just the ruling party. In conclusion, witch hunting has no place in free society. It is a betrayal of justice and a threat to democracy. Together, let us stand firm against intimidation and uphold the values of fairness, independence, and truth. Thank you, and may Nigerian democracy remain strong and just.
ADC! Arise! ADC! Arise! AD&C! Arise! Nigeria! One love, one love.